Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 GMO random run, where we're going to take two random characters and a random weapon and see if we can beat Danger 5 with the whatever horrible combination we get. Let's roll and see what we happen to find. We've got Mage and Wildling. So Wildling gets lifesteal off of primitive weapons. Mage can benefits from spreading fire around and can't use actual damage, but lifesteal is still pretty good for the mage, even if we end up with like slingshots or something like that. Let's roll and see what weapon we get, and that'll determine kind of how our strategy is going to have to play out. Okay, so we got Wand, so we're not benefiting from the Wildling at all, just from the mage bonuses. Stick, I guess, doesn't particularly matter also. I guess in the early game, or in Wave 1, it's helping. One of the main downsides of starting with Wand as a weapon in general is the truly terrible Wave 1 clear speed. It makes it so hard to get off to a good start when you start with Wand. So just the extra stick helps a lot, though of course we'll have to sell it to comply with our random weapon challenge. Let's roll here, and I would like to hit some harvesting, but I'll just take the elemental. And let's just, I'll remind you of these characters. So we can't equip weapons above tier 2. So basically, if we're using wands, we're just playing a mage with wands, and that can't have tier 3 or higher wands, so we're just playing mage with a penalty. Not the most interesting character combination, to be honest, but sometimes that's going to happen when you roll randomly. Ugly Tooth will help a lot, so that's very good. Let's roll here. I'll definitely lock the fertilizer, and then we'll roll again and see if we can get another wand. All right, well, we've got 3 items locked. That's pretty good. So the challenge with wand in general with the as an elemental weapon is that you're just going to target the same thing over and over again, so most of the shots will be wasted. The fire damage is what actually gets the kills, and you're just attacking an enemy that's already going to die. 8 harvesting, plus we get to buy a fertilizer here. That's pretty nice. Let's roll and lock another wand. Do I want elemental damage from the charcoal? Probably not. We will build elemental damage just by buying wands, and charcoal's a reasonably efficient way to get more, but not incredibly so. Actually, for 28, I should probably buy it. I was thinking we could leave that locked just to pick up another economic item, possibly, by leaving that shop slot open, but I think 1 elemental damage for 28 is probably just worth locking that item there. We do lose some harvesting, of course, but charcoal's still just pretty efficient for this character. Trying to pick up as many materials as I can. On this character, we really want baby gecko and stuff like that if we can find it. I'm going to recycle or roll past the dodge. Dodge is something we may want eventually, but we have much higher priorities at this stage. Take some luck. Early luck is good, and I will take 2% lifesteal. That can help keep us alive in the early game. We'll buy this, and this, and this, and then roll once, see if I can lock another wand. I can't, but I can lock Propeller Hat and roll again, and lock our 6th wand. That'll get us to, I think 8, maybe even 9 elemental damage, depending on how the rounding works with the mage's boost. We're going to want to hit probably like 20% lifesteal because wand is a slow attacking weapon. It's got good range, so it can lifesteal reasonably reliably, but you really want to have enough lifesteal to make sure that you're healing quickly. So that's why I thought it was a good idea to invest in early lifesteal. I'm going to make sure to pick up all of these materials if I can. There was a tree over there that we weren't able to get, but that's okay. Here, again, I'm just going to take 2% more lifesteal, buy this and this, roll. 2 more elemental damage, that's pretty good, and a leveled up wand, that would also be nice. Let's take the damage and lock the wand for now, and then I'm going to pass on the helmet. We do want armor, of course, but my move speed is already quite low, and we have more important defensive stats like HP and healing to grab before we invest too heavily in armor, I think. because we're limited to level 2 weapons and we're using a bad weapon already, this is a very challenging run, I think, so we need to put a lot of effort into making sure that I'm only buying relevant stats. Also, I need to not spend too much money on things that like don't matter, rolling for specific stats or whatever, so we're going to have to make sure that we are aggressively buying relevant stats. Income not amazing for wave 5, but not incredibly behind, so hopefully we can stay abreast of how much money we need. We'll pick up some elemental damage here, and then 5 harvesting's great. That gets me to over the 20 mark. Normally, of course, I'd be super happy to see this flamethrower. That would be an incredible pickup for a mage, but we're a wand build, so wands only. We're going to pick up this wand and then grab a scared sausage. This is both good if I get other non-weapon sources of attacks, but it also just increases the burning damage that our wands do to have the scared sausage. I do go down to only 20 harvesting, so this costs me 1 point of harvesting growth, but I think it's worth it for the elemental damage here. Our wands are doing 21 times 4 burning damage. That's pretty good. If I can find more snakes, I'll feel in much better shape, because then our wand will be able to actually affect multiple enemies at once with the burning damage. Currently have 4% lifesteal, but obviously only 18 hit points. It is good that I only have to hit the tree once in order to kill it. Let's see how many times I have to hit a loot alien to kill it. Probably a bunch. Okay, no, we got it. Yeah, so you can see my HP is definitely a problem right now, and also just my general wave clear. We're leaving a lot of materials on the ground and not killing that many enemies. Fuel tank, an amazing pickup, of course. Just more damage here, and then we'll take 6 HP because we need that. Can't afford the butterfly, although I would like it. And blindfold, similarly, I'm not going to pick up. I would like it for the lifesteal, but obviously you can't reduce elemental damage. And blindfold, similarly, I'm not going to pick up. I just don't think investing in dodge at this point is valuable, so we're going to focus on stats that we really care about at this stage. Boiling water I will buy, and metal plate I will buy is too efficient to pass up. And then we get another snake, that's awesome, as well as a head injury and a metal plate. So that's going to boost my damage and wave clear significantly once we get to buy a little more damage. And now that we have 2 snakes, our fire will actually spread a lot better. I'd love to get some landmines or a turret or anything along those lines that we can use to just spread fire across the map without having to actually attack those enemies. Because the real challenge for us is that our wands are just not very efficient weapons for actually killing stuff. But I have 2 scared sausage already, so if I can get any other way to apply burning damage, we will increase our clear speed significantly. I also need enough defensive stats by wave 11 that I can survive the rib cages. That's going to be the first real challenge for this build. Or, not the first real challenge, but one of the real challenges for this build. Because those we will just not be able to kill quickly enough. We'll take the coffee here, and then I will take 10 more luck here. Probably I'm just going to buy the harvesting. Attack speed would also be good, as would percent damage, but I think we're going to need the economy items early, so I'm going to pick that up. Buy some damage, charcoal, and metal plate. And then I will buy this piggy bank because we get a free reroll, so we're spending 72 on it. We'll see if it pays for itself. I suspect that it won't early enough to matter, but I've been trying to speculate on piggy bank a little more often just to see if there are times when you can make it pay off. Most of the time, I think on builds like this, it just will never because we're operating so close to the margins. But this is, again, more for science. I think if we were playing sort of purely optimally, we would have passed on that. Tank some damage there, so I do need to be careful here. We don't have enough lifesteal yet to be able to reliably heal. And it's not like we're a flamethrower build, so our lifesteal is never going to be incredible. It will eventually be good enough, hopefully, but it's not like we're going to be at the point where we can just lifesteal through everything. Losing lifesteal for range and attack speed, fairly painful, but it's very cheap for 10% attack speed, so we'll grab that, and then I will roll here. Gonna take more HP because we need that. More HP, a wand, poisonous tonic. Actually, I probably shouldn't have bought the poisonous, just locked the poisonous tonic. I don't think this is actually a good purchase. We're spending 157 on 10% attack speed. I just locked it because it's normally an amazing item, but I was just on autopilot. Buy the snake here. Weird Ghost, I think we might not be able to afford with only 2% lifesteal. We're just never going to heal that back up before we die. But I will buy a wand and we'll lock a lure here. We do have 3 snakes now, so we should be able to clear this wave, at least with some moderate effectiveness. What I need more than anything else is piercing damage at this stage. If we can get a sharp bullet, that would help a ton. Our actual weapon attacks aren't doing terrible damage. Like, most of our damage is still coming from the burning effect, but our actual weapon attacks are still doing something, so we can invest in stuff like attack speed to make our attacks a little bit better. First, though, I need enough defensive stats that we don't die, and to improve our wave clear significantly. I'm going to recycle this, and we'll take 3 armor. That will help keep us alive, and 9% speed is great. I want 3 of these 4, but we have to take the speed there. I can buy a wand, but remember, we can't go over level 2 wands because we are the Wildling, which is the challenge for this character. So we'll buy bag and lure. Do I sell this one just to max out our wands, or do I hold out for a level 1 wand? I think I just sell it. This will just speed up having 6, and then I can just ignore any that we find. Alienize is another way to spread fire around, so we're going to pick that up, and we will buy the compass and roll. And then don't really care about piercing damage. Do I want 2 HP? I probably do. Even though the attack speed loss is painful, we are very low on HP, so I actually want to pick that up. Ritual will be very good. Poisonous Tonic, again, I'm going to pass on. Critically hitting for like 20 damage with these wands just doesn't seem that valuable. So Alienize is good because it just shoots a lot of projectiles. Those projectiles have a percentage chance to apply Scared Sausage Fire. So the whole point of playing a mage... Oh, nice. We got a 3rd loot alien. That's really good if we can kill it. The whole point of playing a mage is you want to spread fire around the map as much as possible. So you just want anything that can help you do that. Turrets, landmines, Alienize. Anything along those lines. Oh, wow. Okay, can we kill this 4th loot alien? Nice. So that's lucky. We bought 1 lure and got 4 loot aliens. That is a big boost to our economy, because we also had a bag. Here, we're going to recycle the hedgehog. We will buy this. Percent damage is more important than attack speed, because that boosts our fire damage. I will take the lifesteal as well. I'll take the spicy sauce, and... Here, I think I actually want percent damage. It's very low right now, so we want to improve it. Yeah, we'll buy another Alienize and a Ritual. Now I could start investing in dodge, but I think I'm still going to roll past the blindfold. We can't buy any wands here. So now I have a decision to make, because I could buy Acid and or Little Frog, and that would mean that we're probably never investing in dodge. I think that's okay. I think I want the Acid, but not the Little Frog, and then we'll roll. We're not going to invest in crit chance, because it doesn't affect the burning. Blood Leech is a way to get better lifesteal. It cost me 4 harvesting, but I think that's actually okay. Regeneration and lifesteal together is how we're going to stay alive, probably. Make sure to set all those guys on fire so that they die before they get too fast. And you can see the alien eyes are spreading fire around the map pretty effectively for us. Which is what's allowing us to actually clear waves with any efficiency at all. See, I want to call this video like Bad Mage or Bad Wizard or something, but that's probably the name of a porno. I'm going to recycle Little Frog here. We don't particularly need that. 10 harvesting would be nice, but I think I'd rather focus on just buying stats that will help us wave clear. So we'll buy damage here. Landmines is good. We're going to get that. Garden, I will pass on, but Magic Barrier, this is made for the Mage. It's good for elemental damage, good for our armor, which we want a lot of. Losing 5 speed and 10 dodge is bad, and 10 attack speed. But we're not investing in dodge on this build at all. We've decided not to do that. So I think we can get away with this, and we will be able to increase our elemental damage gains even more. Let's roll here. Do I just want 4% lifesteal? Probably I do. Take this as well and roll. And then +1 armor for -2 HP at this point. I think we can do better than the duct tape, actually. We're going to get a lot of armor just by building elemental damage. So I'm just going to roll for things that give us that. Strange Book would be nice, except we're the Mage, so we can't build any engineering at all. This actually would be pretty good for our landmines and stuff. But let's see if we can survive against an elite. We only have... Oh, that's a weird-looking graphic. We only have 2% speed, so that's going to make things a little more challenging. This elite shouldn't be as bad as others, because it doesn't specifically hunt you down. So we don't have to dodge as much. So this, I think, was a relatively lucky elite to have picked up. It doesn't have a charge move, and for the first half of the wave, it just wanders around randomly. Now it's going to come after us, but slowly, so we really shouldn't have too much trouble living through this elite. So definitely a lucky elite roll to have gotten. There's no way we could have killed it, I don't think. $560 materials, honestly not bad. I'm going to recycle the gold-plated teeth. Like I've mentioned a few times, I think this item is just incredibly unbalanced, so I'm just not going to buy it in these runs, because I think it makes the runs too easy. And then I will buy more elemental damage, which will presumably increase my armor as well. Yep, we went up to 12 armor. Ricochet is a great way to both spread fire all around, and also it's very good for our wands. We do need to increase our percentage damage after buying it, but I think it's going to be good here, and we will buy Campfire. We do lose movement speed, but elemental damage we want, and HP regeneration isn't terrible either. We'll buy the Cube Monkey here, but we're never building dodge, so we'll pass on the Adrenaline, buy the coupon, and then roll one more time, I think. I'd like to lock some stuff. Cape is going to be great. We will lose a ton of elemental damage, but 5% lifesteal is still good. I guess this could get us back up to building dodge. Yeah, is it worth speculating on the chance that we actually build dodge just by going back to positive dodge with the cape? I think it is. I know I had made the commitment to not build dodge in this run, but since we found cape, which immediately puts us back into positive, I think it's worth it. Even though it cost me a bunch of damage. And the lifesteal, of course, is very, very important for us. So now we need attack speed, we need more elemental damage. We need movement speed. Movement speed is a real challenge for us right now. Our income definitely suffering a little bit at this point just from our relatively weak wave clear, but especially from our inability to actually pick up materials. You can see we're leaving a ton of materials on the ground. I'll take 15 luck here. I think that's fine, even at this stage of the game, and we will buy the cape and the clover, and that actually gets us 12 dodge, which is enough that we can probably realistically build dodge this run. We're gonna pass and go to the next wave here. Trying to make sure to pick up all the materials that dropped early because those ones are doubled. You can see they're worth, you know, we're seeing all these X2s pop up. All the first set of materials that we dropped on the ground are worth twice as much because we had that large bank that we carried over from last round. So important to try to actually pick those up to minimize the amount of materials we're leaving on the ground and the amount that we're banking on into next round as well. Sift's Relic, or even just some geckos would go a long way for this character because we're just dropping materials all over the dang map. Pretty weak income at this stage. Do I want elemental damage? Nah, I just want percent damage. Our percent damage is so low, we need to improve it. We will pick up the metal for sure, and the leather vest as well. 56 HP, not amazing, but we now have 18% dodge and 15 armor. So we can actually start building those. Bait going into an elite wave is often dangerous, but I actually don't think it's that bad for this character. Our defensive stats are pretty good. We have 15% lifesteal and everything, so we just want a little more damage. And now our attack speed is very bad, so I am actually going to buy the poisonous tonic here. I think it's worth spending any amount of money on attack speed at this point. This is probably the worst elite for us because this one will chase us down. And I took a bunch of damage from the lampreys. Normally what you want to do with this elite is just move in a triangle, but we couldn't do that while the lampreys were alive. So now that those are dead, we can dodge around it in a triangle. But I do actually want to pick up some materials. Basically, you wait for it to run, and then you just step past it. Just wait for its charge and step past it, and you can dodge this elite with 100% efficiency. It's fairly easy to kill with most ranged characters, but with this one, we just don't have the single target damage to get it. Actually closer than I thought we would be. I'm going to try to kill some trees and pick up as many materials as I can before the end of the wave. Left 162 on the ground, which isn't great. More attack speed. I think we're just going to recycle these. Taking 1 damage per second, I think, is just too big a penalty for this character. And there's just stuff we care about more. I will take 15% attack speed, though. Silver Bullet, we were close to killing that elite. If I buy Silver Bullet, we might be able to. And then I'm going to buy Gambling Token. Our armor's great, and our dodge could be better. Roll again. Another Silver Bullet, sure. We won't buy Crown. It's too late for that. But with 2 Silver Bullets, I think there's a decent chance we can kill the next elite. Need to increase my maximum HP right now. It's far too low. The challenge here has just been to get enough stats, because this character basically needs every stat. And so we're just trying to maximize our total stats as much as possible. But we also, because we're the mage, have to buy a lot of items that don't really give you stats. Stuff like landmines and alien eyes and whatever, just to increase our wave clear, because we need those in order to actually spread the fire around the field efficiently enough. 3 crates, that's not bad. We'll recycle this. Okay, we'll buy another Silver Bullet with 3 Silver Bullets. Surely we can kill an elite with 3 Silver Bullets. We'll buy more damage and more attack speed, and then roll. And then I kind of want another Alien Eyes. Is that a good way to kill a boss at this stage? It probably is, actually. If we get enough HP, the Alien Eyes, these don't lose any damage for just the mage's damage penalties. They only care about your percentage damage. So this could help us actually clear the boss wave if we get enough of these. Alien Eyes is very good for killing bosses. And then I'm going to pass on the rest of this. So I want to stand right near this enemy so that we can burst it down with the Alien Eyes as much as possible, using our bonus damage from the... That was funny. I had to like sort of scooch along the edge of the map there, moving very, very slowly. Having trouble actually hitting the elite here because, of course, it is a summoner. So it's just putting up too many enemies in between me and it, and I don't think we're going to be able to kill it. But maybe we can just farm 1,000,000 materials off of its summons and have that be good enough for this wave. As long as I don't die, which is definitely a possibility here. I could try to dive in and get an Alien Eyes hit on it and kill it with... If we'd gotten like one more good Alien Eyes hit on it, we'd have killed it, but I just didn't think it was worth the risk. So I'll pick that up, we'll recycle this, and then I will take more attack speed. 4 elemental damage, great. We're going to buy this, this, and this, and roll. More attack speed, sure. Pocket Factory is still good, it still helps us spread fire around, and we'll lock the missile as well. So now all I really need is maximum HP. We didn't end up getting super high dodge this run, or it seems unlikely that we will at wave 18. But if we can get up to 80 max HP before the end of the game, then we're in pretty good shape, I think. Very high armor and decent lifesteal, so all of those things combine to give us decent survivability, even without our dodge having actually come online. As it turns out, some of those purchases, those speculative purchases, weren't worth it. And we spent a lot on silver bullets and still didn't kill any elites, but that's okay. Here, I'm going to pick up the leather vest and the missile and roll. Even though I do want max HP, leather vest is still great survivability. Eye surgery is perfect, just faster burning. That's excellent for this character, and go to wave 19. And now I just probably just need to roll for max HP before the end of the game. I'm concerned about the boss waves. With 3 silver bullets, there's a decent chance we can kill them, but with this low of max HP, we're just like 2 hits from death at all times. And if we are able to kill them, which is by no means guaranteed, it certainly won't be quick. Yeah, we're only making 500 this round with 199 left on the table. That's the other thing, is we never found any way to pull in materials. I could have picked up, I think there was an alien tongue that I passed on, but only fairly late. And we really don't need pickup range on this character. We need material pull-in, the baby gecko or Sif's relic. Sad tomato, we just won't reach high enough regeneration for this to be worth it, but the level 4 heart, that is a big deal. I'm going to take the whetstone so we can heal back up, and a broken mouth. Okay, well, you know, things got a lot better. And then in this spot, I'm going to pick up wisdom, because we're going into a 90-second wave, so wisdom is going to give us more damage than it does in a normal wave, so the minus 20% damage. Normally you want to not pick up Wisdom for boss fights because you want to kill them as quickly as possible, but since we know this fight's going to go long, and we're going into a longer wave, so the Wisdom has more value, I'm going to pick it up here, and then I will roll. Another magic barrier might have been kind of nice too, but we actually have 46, so let's roll and see what we could have gotten. Missile would have been fine, but nothing else particularly relevant. I guess more movement speed would actually have been huge. Let's see. So the things that we've got going for us are we've got 20 armor, and we've got 19 lifesteal, so we should be able to heal up quickly. But this is definitely a weak build going into this boss fight. Trying to stay near the elite so that we can hit them with as many alienized projectiles as possible. Ideally, you want to stand directly inside them when the alienized goes off, but this build doesn't heal quite fast enough or have the HP to support doing that, I think. So we're just going to try to hit them with like 3 or 4 on each trigger. This one's gone into its next stage, so I'm going to try to focus it down as quickly as I can. Making sure that everything is staying low health and that I am staying high health. And there we go. We actually managed to kill the bosses with plenty of time remaining. The Wisdom ended up giving me, I guess I didn't see the exact time, but the Wisdom ended up being slightly damage positive, I think, for that that boss fight. This was an interesting run. I mean, we were just Mage, but worse, and with a bad weapon. So I think we had to make pretty specific decisions in order to make it through. Getting the early Ugly Tooth helped a lot. That definitely helped keep us alive. But things like the Alienize and the Ricochet were really important decisions to make. Without those, we just would not have had the wave clear that we ended up with. We healed 44 off the Cute Monkey. That's actually less than I thought. Got 240 off the one bag, which obviously is, you know, bag overperforming as always. And then the 3 silver bullets, of course, were what let us actually kill the bosses. So we did get some chop luck, but also I think this was just a fun run where we had to stay very disciplined in order to actually make it through. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, as always, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and like the video, and then you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.